Hi, my name's Andy Erickson. This is my wife, Heather.
Hi, I'm Heather.
And we are the Chi Alpha pastors with Dayton Chi Alpha. We lead Chi Alpha at Wright State, University of Dayton, and Sinclair Community College. If you want to understand Chi Alpha in a very brief way, we see the university as the mission field. And so we spend lots of time on the campus. We coach and train students to do Bible studies.
Our first campus pastor was prayer walking the university, and he just happened to come down the hill into the closest part of campus housing that wasn't owned by the campus, a lot of apartment buildings where students lived. This part of campus was known as the Pit, and it was a nickname given by the community because every weekend you would come down here and there would be a sea of people, shoulder to shoulder, a wave of people, and a thick cloud of smoke above them. And so as he was prayer walking, he came to the first building down the side of the hill, and he felt like the Holy Spirit just impressed it upon him and said, "That's your house." Not knowing what that meant, there was no for sale sign or anything out there. He just started praying into it, and he just continued to feel the Spirit say, "That's your house." And so he took a step of faith. He called the property manager and said, "I'm interested in the 1300 building on Forest Lane." And she goes, "Sorry, sir, it's not for sale." And he said, "I know, but I think God said that's my house." She was so taken aback by his boldness that she called the owner, who was a doctor who lived out of state. She said, "There's this man who's interested in your property by the campus." He's like, "Did you tell him it's not for sale?" And she goes, "I did, but he said it's his house." And long story short, the man said yes. But being a tiny student organization on a campus, we didn't have funds for a down payment or any way to finance this. So one of our partner churches in the city, without us asking, approached us and said, "I heard what you're doing. We want to get behind it." And they took out the loan on our behalf.
It's huge. So the loan started at $365,000. We had a $65,000 down payment. Now we're down to just under $100,000 left on the loan with some repairs. And we're super excited not to just pay off the loan, but once that loan gets paid off, and this has been the vision from the get-go with the Chi Alpha House, is that once the loan's paid off, we'll use the rental income from all the students' apartments to actually take care of the house, but the surplus of that, which will be significant, we'll be able to monthly give to world missions. So we'll be able to gather the students who live here and say, "Hey, where would you like this check to go to this month?" Or we could create a multi-month commitment to another missionary. And so we're excited, or we could also use this to supplement student mission trips going overseas, or give a years, things like that. And so we're excited that this house is not just a building, it's really a launch pad to go reach the campus, but it's also going to impact the world. And so every year we host awesome parties here. We've had water baptisms at this location. We've had worship services. There's regular prayer nights. There's small groups. And so almost every single night of the week, students are gathering in some form or fashion at this place. And it's a huge deal because no other campus organization at Wright State owns property. They're not allowed to own property. And so just because of how God worked it all together, we're seeing students' lives get changed here on the property every single year because of the multiple miracles that have happened here. And so basically God took this place from a pit of despair to this really awesome place of hope where students would wreck their lives at this location back in the 80s and the 90s and the early 2000s, and now students, their lives are being transformed because of what's happening here. And it's just so sweet to see, and really it really just mirrors what God does with people. God transforms people. He takes them out of a pit, puts them in a place of hope, and it's just awesome to see that in a very tangible way.
Well, CLC, I hope that you have been inspired by just the work that God has called Dayton's own Andy and Heather Erickson to do. Just hearing you guys share your story and your passions is just what God is doing in you and through you. It's amazing. But I also want to let you know that we, as a God-sized vision team, have been talking in meetings without your knowledge. And we got to talking about this house and hearing the story of how God has ordained this place for such a time as this. And so through the generosity of our church and the God-sized vision, we have approved to completely pay off the mortgage on this house And we're going to even help you with some additional funds to make sure that this can continue to be a missions sending place for a long time to come.